Okay, so that's my fill plug. I'm gonna see if I can get that loose before I loosen the drain plug. It's right there behind the wrench head. It's like somewhere back there, you can kind of see it. But I'm gonna see if I can get that loose. Sweet, so it's loose. Now I'm gonna try this thing. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, I have the transmission out. Don't know if I need to replace any of that. It looks pretty beat up actually. I think I'm gonna replace it. There's fragments of metal everywhere, so that's not healthy. And I think the culprit for my leak is in fact a hole. And I'm sure I can probably cover it. Let me see if I can get this to focus. Well, there it is. Look at that. Piece of my throwout bearing broke off. I think this thing over here on this side, sitting right here. Fucked my shit up. But oh well, shit happens. Big ol' hole. That's where the oil is coming from. It wasn't as bad as I thought. So I'm gonna go over some things that I didn't know that I had to do. So I removed the engine mount for the driver's side, or the transmission mount bolt out of the way. It just made it easier for me to maneuver it out. And just the simple stuff. The wires to the transmission, that was pretty much it. Nothing major. I just zip tied this up here, and that's it. I'm pissed. Oh well. Okay, time to buy a new tranny. So that'll be probably for a later video, but for now, at least I know and I have an idea what it is, where it's coming from, because I ain't trying to run it like that. It's never fun. But hey, welcome to the car world. All right, you guys, so I have still the project going on. I'm gonna take out the pilot bearing, but what I'm gonna use for that, I'm gonna show you guys here. So I went to AutoZone and I used this hammer drive thing to pull it back. It's nice and heavy. I think that's the part number if you need it. It was fairly easy. Before you knew it, I already had it out. As you can see in the video later on, I pulled it out. This one's the old one. And now that I'm there, I'm going to try to change as much parts as possible. This is the new one. This is the flywheel. I got a new flywheel because the other flywheel was missing one of these and it needed to be resurfaced anyways. So this is the part for that. If you guys need a flywheel for a K20 Z3, and this is the clutch I decided to go with instead of the Duralast. I went with this clutch. Comes with everything I need. I got the clutch, alignment tool, pilot bearing as you saw already, and the push out bearing for the shaft. Got a little bit of grease. And I also used this right here, and you put it into the bearing where you need it, and then you just spin it to the left, and you can see it pushes that out, which spreads these open, and then you just line it up till nice and tight, and you just pull back on the hammer action thing. Nothing to it. It was about $73 to $75 to rent at AutoZone. And the part number for this one, if you guys need it, is 27059. I think this one's like 15 bucks to rent, and this one was 40, 45 or something like that. But it was total, I think it was total 75. So I think that one was a little bit more. Can't remember how much they were individually. But this is where I'm at so far. Still taking apart. Now that I have everything taken apart, I think it's a smart idea. Change this out because it hasn't been changed. I'm just gonna clean all around there. Just drop the oil. I'm gonna get fresh oil in there. So I'm gonna see how far I can get today. Okay, so now I have the new bearing. I'm gonna put it in. Cleaned it out, made sure there's no leftover grease. Some brake fluid. Make sure it's nice and clean. For the new bearing. Just gonna tap it slowly. Tap around it. Nice and even, needs to get flush. Until it gets flush. I'm going to use this 15mm socket. Tap the rest of it in. It's roughly the same. Until it's all the way flush in the back. It's all the way. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take out the rear main seal. Now that I have access to it. Don't know when the last time it was removed. Keep it.
Oh, I would keep it.
Okay. Underneath here, yeah.